You get the question? He asked which program should be eliminated and which new program should be established.
And Tom had emailed us all these questions ahead of time, and I thank you for that. And you know, I've gone round and round on that one. And for the most part, the county, you know, a lot of the programs that are in there need to be in there. They're either mandated by state law to be in there, or they're there for the benefit of the people. I couldn't, at this early stage of the game, give you a solid answer on what I would get rid of, and as far as creating, right now I'm working on what exists. So, sorry to disappoint you on that one, Tom.
You know, people said after we were elected we were going to use the bank capacity 4 years ago. We didn't do it year after year after year, and this will be the next one that I won't be for. So when people talk about, oh, you're going to do a clean water district fee, we listened to people. We came up, we had consultants, we proposed a clean water district fee, he compared it to fees other places. We had one that was less than everybody else had, and we listened to the public. I went to 7 public meetings and listened to people. And I was the one that voted to do a clean water district without the funding mechanism. But during that process, we had input from people that said, you know, it would be fair if you did it this way or that way. We took all those ideas and had a committee look at them to see if there was a fair way to do that assessment. And they came up with the same conclusion that no, there's not a fair way to do it for parts of the assessment. So we haven't done that. And I don't think that's going to change. As far as programs, I don't think there's any to eliminate right now. I think they all have a purpose. I think if we end up having to tighten our belt, what you're going to see is the same programs with a decreased level of service. And that's going to be a hard thing to manage throughout every program. Some will be more than others because some are mandated. But every program we have right now is valued by a constituency, and it does a service to our community.
Again, back to the performance audit, that's, you gotta know where you are before you can do anything. And as far as meeting with the very people who may be, have to change where they work, and asking them about their program, should that be the program that should be cut or not cut? I don't think that would be fair to the public or to the people who would be asked that question. It would be, would you prefer a bullet in the side of the head or in the stomach? You know, which one would you like? And I go back to this clean water district thing. One of the things that could happen there is we downsize that back to what it was originally mandated by the state. Go back to the shellfish district, which was what it was supposed to be to start with. And then get rid of this grandiose plan with all the bells and whistles that could possibly be, with the people hired before it was even passed. 3.5 full-time equivalents. I guess we have some half people that work at the county. And so we got 3 of them and a half person. And those people were hired before the vote happened for the clean water district. Now we have to move along. We have to do this. No, we don't. We don't have to anything. This is Jefferson County. This is not Olympia. If we were mandated to do a small shellfish district, we do not need to do this grandiose plan. So there would be one definite place where you could cut. And we also don't need a boat, a trailer, a truck to pull that rig, which has already been bought for the people who are now operating the 3.5 equivalents, operating this shellfish district. The clean water district. That's something that we didn't have to do, but we did it. We hired people before we even had the time, or before we even had the thing passed. So where would I cut? This is a gotcha. It'll be in the paper. Whoever's here from the paper tomorrow will put that in there. Hill says you're going to cut this thing or cut that thing. Well, we never had to have that in the first place, so it wouldn't be a cut. It would just simply be reining back something that we didn't need to do in the first place. All we need to do is this one little thing. I'm beating that to death, and that's one place I would cut. And one thing that I would want to, one of the things that I would like to see happen, we're experiencing slowdowns and all kinds of economic indicators, and the gas is expensive and all this other stuff. We have a couple of the people here who work with the animal shelter. You've got more and more animals being cut loose because people don't have the money to feed them. And you've got the animal shelter being cut back on the fees that are coming in there. I would try and find some way to fund that kind of program which actually does something. Now, it's not people, this is just animals, but don't tell that to the people working at the animal shelter. Those are buddies, those are the dogs and the cats and the puppies. So that's something that's something that could be funded by private funding. I mean, Gates is out there giving money for this thing or that thing. We should be going for those kind of programs, looking for money from people like that, from PETA or these other people that have lots of money from people who've left their entire state to take care of animals. That's where I would go for something like that. So that's a program I would try to do something with. And there's another program which I would like to see, not nixed, because we do need to test for the timeout in front of me. Thank you very much.